with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Come to us for your news and opinions. We got a voice. There is no choice. Wisdom voice in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast, it's like cruiserweight action. In your house is a perfect distraction. Pop us in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smooth.
What's up, guys? What's cracking? Hollywood House. In your house. We are back. We're ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are with the shits, because we're with the shits. And we're ready to talk a little wrestling. That is right, we are back. You already know the vibes anytime we slide on through. We're here to give you that work when it comes to this professional wrestling business, and that is what we love to do. And guys, I am here. Usually I'm here giving y'all that work. I try to give you guys that little Monday Night Raw review, my solo shot, you know, and you're still going to get that. We're giving you guys extra content, all right? I hope you guys appreciate it. All this work we're putting in. Well, I know you guys appreciate it. You know how I know? Because you guys have made us a 5-star podcast on Apple Podcasts. You've made us an internationally listened to podcast. And we do appreciate everything that you guys do. And when you guys do that, and we got to do this, if you guys are going to come and show us love and reciprocate, I got to give you extra content. And sometimes that's hard. And sometimes it's hard to get great guests. But I was able to get a great guest today. I was able to get one of my favorite guests that we've had on recently. We've had him on a couple of times. And I got to tell you, man, I feel like I've just been running into this man a lot lately. I seen him for the first time in a while at WWE Fastlane. This is past October. Great show. Loved it. One of the best shows I ever been to. It was an epic night, and I got a chance to see my man. Then all of a sudden, I start seeing him over and over and over again refereeing at shows I'm doing commentary at. And I'm like, okay, I need more of this. I'll take more of this energy. I'll take more of this energy. So because I get a chance to have those interactions with them and whatnot, I got a chance to pull them on the show. We're going to talk a little bit of wrestling today. A lot of things going on. Road to Wrestlemania is getting hot and heavy. And when that happens, I got to bring on great guests. So I got to bring on a returning guest, independent wrestling referee Aaron Grider. How's it going, bro?
What is up, Mr. Howse? How's it going, baby?
My man.
Yeah, baby.
Welcome
We doing
back.
it today.
Yes, sir.
We doing it today.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a movie, bro. I'm super excited about this conversation. We both just happened to have the day off and everything. It all worked out perfectly. And we've been going back and forth like, hey, you saying like, hey, I wanna get back on and do the show. And I'm like, well, I want you back on to do the show. So we was able to make it work again. So it was great to have you back, bro.
Absolutely great to be back. Thanks for being here. Been busy week in wrestling, busy week everywhere. Of course, Indianapolis hosted the All-Star game over the weekend.
Oh yeah.
So downtown was packed. From what I've heard, we had some ugly snow on Friday, but today it is beautiful. It is like going to be like 50 degrees today. It is gorgeous.
We'll take it, man. So you say that it's gorgeous out. I got my window open over here. I'm looking outside. It is looking like a gorgeous day. And it's looking like a gorgeous day to talk about some wrestling, bro.
Yes. There is a lot. And, dude, there is so much to talk about. Anyone that's a wrestling fan knows this is the best time of year.
Yeah.
It is the best. This is like the playoffs in the NFL. Or March Madness for the NCAA. This is leading to the Super Bowl of professional wrestling. So It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And sometimes I think people try to gloss over like February because a lot of times people think, well, it's February. Nothing really good is going to happen till March, till they start building the Mania. That is not the case this year.
No.
That is not the case. They have been guns blazing since about December.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's been great.
It has, man. It has a lot to talk about, a whole lot of things to unpack as far as what's happened. And, man, I got to tell you, the biggest thing that has happened, at least recently in the last couple of weeks, that I wanted to get your thoughts on, because I know you kind of had a few thoughts on social media and whatnot, is the whole "We Want Cody" movement. How that became a thing over that weekend when he had shook hands, him being Cody Rhodes, shook hands with The Rock. They had some sort of dialogue with each other. He said distinctly, Cody says, "I want you, Roman, but not at WrestleMania." And then you have that standoff with The Rock and Roman where they face off, no words exchanged to end the show, which for me personally, that was almost like throwback to almost like a mid 2000s or early or late 1999 SmackDown, when you just leave it with a cliffhanger. I was like, yes, please. Now I have to see next week. They didn't say words to each other, you know. So that was great. But then of course we had that "We Want Cody" movement that happened over the weekend, and how that went down. What was the thoughts going through your mind, man, as that "We Want Cody" movement came through as that week? Because it was like 2 or 3 days long, bro. What was you thinking for those few days?
Yeah. So, I have been eager to break this down for people because, as you know, everyone was saying, oh, WWE's going to have to change their plans. They're going to change their plans. They're going to have to pivot. This is Daniel Bryan all over again. The problem is, with that thought process, this time WWE learned from their mistakes. This time, WWE was working the audience. Now, I'm not going to say that this was the entire plan 3 months ago. But what I am going to say is they were smart enough to realize pretty quickly that if they teased taking Cody Roman away and were like, is this what you really want? Or would you rather have The Rock and Roman? And the fans are like, no, we really want Cody Roman. That's what we really want. And WWE's like, okay, guess what? We're going to give it to you. And what they did that was masterful was they made people think we weren't getting Roman and Cody. Cody became such a martyr. I'll say martyr. He became a martyr for the fan. He became the fans' choice.
Yep.
Well, what that did was it made people watch a press conference that they probably would not have watched. Let's be honest. There would not have been as much buzz about that press conference if it wasn't for the fact that people were like, oh crap, we might not get Roman Cody. What's going to happen? There was so much buzz leading into that press conference. So leading into that, I said to myself, I think we're still getting Roman Cody, but I'm not positive, and I'm going to watch, and I'm excited to watch. And then after that all went down, I'm like, they just worked everybody.
Yes.
Literally everyone.
I enjoyed it, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it, you know. Of course, you have I really wanted to talk more about The Rock with you and get some of your thoughts on The Rock. Definitely like that "We Want Cody" movement. That was crazy, like to see how big that it got and how it overtook social media. Like the biggest thing that came out of it, in my opinion, and I want to know how you feel, to me, that slap to Cody Rhodes from The Rock at that press conference, which, like you said, I couldn't agree more. Like, they gave you a reason. Like, I was dying to watch that press conference, bro. Like, I was like, man, when is starting? Like, I'm ready to go. Like, that's how it's been for me lately, bro. That's how it's been for me lately. So, like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, with The Rock pivoting and we want Cody. Cody actually, like, he is going, like, viral on X. Like, he's trending and whatnot. He was actually trending. I feel like that The Rock has actually helped Cody become a bigger star, man. What do you would you agree with that?
That's literally what I was going to say. So people will argue this point till they're blue in the face, and that's fine. 2 points they're going to argue. Number one, they're going to say Cody should have won last year at Mania, and I 100% disagree. Cody was not ready last year. Cody was not ready. This story, that one slap, legitimized Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is now on The Rock's level. And like it or not, Roman Reigns is on the same level as The Rock. He has earned that right. You can make all these complaints about, oh, he only wrestles every couple of months, yada, yada. I hate to tell you, folks, that's what we call an attraction in the wrestling business.
Yes.
You don't get to see attractions every week. You don't get to see attractions every month. That's what makes them attractions.
Yes.
Back in the day, you never got to see Andre the Giant every week because he was special. He was an attraction. You would wait months to see him. You'll wait months to see Roman Reigns, and guess what? When Roman shows up, you're watching. When Roman shows up, you're talking about it. The Rock legitimized Cody Rhodes. Now Cody is ready. Now Cody is at that level of it's time to finish the story. Now, I have a theory about how this is all going to end.
Okay.
And some may have already had this same theory, but I think Rock's going to turn on Roman at WrestleMania. Now,
yes,
I don't think because one thing they did that was brilliant. There are some hidden Easter eggs in that Rock promo from Friday.
Yes.
When he's talking about you're going to be a loser at WrestleMania, he is looking at Roman Reigns. He is pointing at Roman Reigns. He may be saying Cody. He's looking right at Roman. So now I don't think he's physically going to touch Roman. I think what's going to happen, the bloodline is going to come out. Rock is going to stop them. It's going to be Cody Roman one-on-one. Cody gets the win. My other caveat to that, the other side of that coin could be they could hold off on The Rock turning. Cody could somehow win. Cody gets his moment. The bloodline jumps Cody. We get a Damian Priest cash in.
Ooh.
That is the other theory that possibly could go into all this. Or option number 3, Cody wins. He finishes the story. He gets his moment. Everybody's happy. The thing about all of this is it's got people talking, and there's a lot of options. They have not painted themselves into a corner.
No.
There are a lot of ways they can get to the story they want to get to. There's a lot of moving parts to all of this. And like I said, Rock has legitimized Cody. Rock coming out as quote-unquote heel Rock was you knew he was, for anyone in the business. Now, granted, we all have followed The Rock's career, so he has 20 years of history to go by.
Yeah.
As soon as he walked through the curtain, you knew he was heel.
Yep.
As soon as he walked out, you knew he was a bad guy.
Different cadence. I mean, slower pace.
Everything.
No fan interaction.
He had on the $500 shirt.
Yes.
The sunglasses, his demeanor, didn't acknowledge the fans as he was walking out. All of that. Before he even said a word, And then, as if there was any doubt, he cuts the promo and tells Utah that they've set an attendance record and congratulates them. And then proceeds to absolutely roast them by saying they have set an attendance record by having the most trailer park trash ever in the history of the draw. It is great. It was great. It was fantastic. It was Corporation Rock. It was great. It was Corporation Rock, Hollywood Rock moved together. And it looks like we're going to get some form of Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth at WrestleMania, which I think is a wonderful idea. Because they can do rumors they might do Rock Roman next year, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think this is Cody's year. I think they have always known it was Cody's year.
Yep.
I think they just played off of the insecurities of wrestling fans. Because wrestling fans always think when they're getting what they want, oh, they're going to take it away.
Yep.
They're not going to listen to it. And then when The Rock shows up, they're like, oh, no. Oh, no. Which it also proves how fickle wrestling fans are. Because literally, for 3 years, ever since the start of the Bloodline, everybody's like, oh, we're getting Rock versus Roman. We want Rock versus Roman. It's going to be great. We can't wait. And then they tell you you're going to get Rock Roman, and fans are like, oh, wait, whoa. We don't want it now. We don't want it now. Whoa, no. Because wrestling fans want things when they want them. They don't want to wait for them.
Yo, that's the truth, man.
And I've told everybody, nobody hates wrestling more than wrestling fans. Nobody hates wrestling more than wrestling fans. And somebody, I can't remember who said it, but somebody was like, fans complained for years, WWE doesn't do long-term storytelling. And here they are, doing long-term storytelling, and you don't want it. And you don't want, no, you're like, no, wait, I don't want it that way.
I want it the specific way.
Right? They're literally doing 2 long-term stories at once. They're doing Rock Roman in the Bloodline, and they're doing Cody's Finish the Story. Literally 2 storylines in one they are telling.
Yep. It's a saga, bro. It's cinema. This is cinema, bro.
Yes, this is next level storytelling. And everybody is arguing, oh, they pivoted. They changed their... No, they didn't. I will argue that till I'm blue in the face. I will argue that this has been the plan. It may not have been the plan since Royal Rumble, but I bet you it's been the plan since Rock got put on the board.
Yeah.
So I bet you it's been the plan since then. Because let's be honest, we all love The Rock. He's 51 years old. He has not wrestled a full 20-plus minute match in 11 years.
Yeah.
And he's in fantastic shape. He's not in wrestling shape. And there is a huge difference. There is a huge difference between wrestling shape and regular person shape.
Yes, sir.
And I guarantee you his cardio is not where it needs to be. I guarantee you his cardio is not what it needs to be. To do a 20 to 30 minute match with Roman, which is what we all would expect from Rock and Roman. We would want that long 20 to 30 minutes of storytelling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's what we would expect. So now you get to accomplish literally tons of things all at once. The Rock gets to wrestle at WrestleMania. You get to elevate Cody Rhodes. You're elevating Seth Rollins.
Yes.
Exactly, Damien. In shape does not equal in ring shape.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My man, DMC.
Yep. You get, like I said, you get to elevate Seth Rollins. to make that world title look more relevant.
Mm-hmm.
You elevate Cody Rhodes. You get to see The Rock in the ring. You get to do Roman. They'll use that to hype Cody Roman the next night. I would probably have whoever Seth's going to face get involved in the tag match and do something with Seth. And we'll get to this later. We'll elaborate on more later. My guess is it's going to be Drew McIntyre. I don't know that, but that's my guess.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Yo, shout out to Gary Emmett telling us we two of his favorite guys in the game. Shout out to you, bro. You already know the vibes. Much love to you. DMC, Damian Michael Cole got a chance to pull up on New Era Wrestling this past weekend. Had a great time. I appreciate the invite. And he says, I am not in shape, but I can go for 45 minutes.
Right? And it's always, to go on a little sidebar, a lot of times it's always the guys who don't have the quote-unquote look or big muscles.
Yeah.
But you get them in the ring, and they can go forever because they know how to tell a story.
Yes,
they know how to. And I've said this before, there is a huge difference between a worker and a wrestler.
Mm.
And I think I said this the last time I was on the show. Wrestlers do moves, workers make money. There is a big, big difference. You can do all the moves you want. If they don't mean anything, nobody cares. Ask about 90% of the AEW roster.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Sorry, guys. It's just how it is.
It's just
facts, man. How it is.
Just the facts, man. So let me ask you. Let me ask you this. So, if we was gonna have if we was gonna have a Rock and Roman match, how long do you think that, like, how far in advance do you think Rock is going to need to get back into ring shape, like start training again and whatnot, before he could tell a good, 25, 30-minute banger at a main event at a WrestleMania?
I think he has to start now.
Right now?
I think I think you got it 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly. Because you've got to get your body used to all of it. You got to get used to all of it. Like, you got to get used to the cardio. You got to get used to the bumps again. He hasn't taken a bump. Like, I mean, he is. Oh shit. Okay, Gary.
Yeah. I had to pull that one up. Shout out to Dale Patrick's.
Okay. Way to stop me in mid-sentence. Holy
right.
hell, yeah. Well, that's great. I love Dale, and Dale is one of those guys that has earned it. He's earned it, man. He's earned it. So it's great. It's great to see good things happen to good people.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dale Patrick's, baby.
Shout out, bro. Get that work, bro.
Go show them what we already know.
Facts.
That you're special and that you're a fucking workhorse. Go do that shit. We're proud of you, brother. We're proud of you.
Big facts, bro. Hell yeah, man. Big shout out to Dale. Hey guys, it's Hollywood. Hope you guys are appreciating this great episode that I'm giving you with my guy, independent professional wrestling referee Aaron Grider. But guys, we got to take a break. We're going to pay a little bills real quick. And when we come back, we're going to continue this great discussion. I'm having a great conversation here with my dog, Aaron Grider. We talking a little bit of WrestleMania, man. We just talking wrestling in general. It's President's Day. We're vibing. We're having a good time. I always get a chance. Anytime I get a chance to talk to my guy here, it's a good time. Of course, we are here. We are here on Facebook Live. We're here on YouTube. We're also on X. So if you follow me on X, I'm over there too. We're live over there right now as well. And like I said, just straight vibes. And after this episode is done, just give me a little bit of time, and I'm gonna go ahead and switch it up, edit it, get it all twisted, flip it and reverse it for y'all, and get it on the podcast version that will be on Spotify, that will be on Apple Podcasts. You guys already know the vibes. For you long-time listeners, you already know where to get it. Make sure that you guys are subscribing. Subscribe. Make sure that you guys are getting those notifications anytime a new episode of In Your House comes up. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button on anywhere that you get your podcast. Give us 5 stars. Leave a review. Much appreciated if you do. We're just trying to stay charted and get this work. But this conversation has continued with my man Aaron, and we're talking a little bit of The Rock, we're talking a little bit of Roman, we're talking a little bit of WrestleMania, and we're talking implications leading up to WrestleMania, and we can't have these implications leading up to WrestleMania without the puzzle pieces. That's we got to put everything here together, right, Aaron? Like, we got to make sure everything goes where it needs to go, and so that's why this Saturday in Perth, Australia, Elimination Chamber is actually a really important show, you know?
It is. And first off, shout out to Gary Emmett. Yes, I would love to come back to AWR, as I'm sure Howse would as well.
Yes.
Says I need to get y'all both back in AWR. I miss y'all in the house, pun intended. Yes, sir. As you know, I don't do the deathmatch stuff. You already know that. But I will come ref all the other shit. Absolutely.
Hey, you need promos done? You need backstage stuff done? I got you, bro.
Yeah, yes, Gary. I actually was going to point that out. That was another hidden Easter egg. When they did the pose at the end, Rock holding up the L.
Yeah, why you ain't doing it right, bro? Why you doing that? You know what I mean? He's just leaving Easter eggs, bro.
I don't think that was unintentional. That was on purpose.
Yeah, I think
because I really do. If people will say, "Oh, he just forgot," or he messed it up, or what? No,
I don't think that's it.
Rock is too smart for that, man.
Yeah,
there is not. Everything has a purpose.
Yeah,
everything has a purpose. There was a purpose to that, and so I don't think that was. He is going to hand Roman that L. We talked about. I do.
We talked about. Yep.
I do think he's going to have a hand in Roman losing. I don't think he should physically touch Roman.
Right.
Because I think you still need to have Cody have his moment.
Yep.
To where it's not, quote unquote, tainted. So if you have the bloodline come out and Rock comes out with them.
Yeah. And like he kind of does maybe he kind of does a thing boom, where it's like
Rock gets him out of there.
Yeah, or like Rock kind of like, no, he's got to do it on his own. So he actually commands the bloodline to stop, and they have to listen to him because he's higher ranking than Roman.
Yes. Yeah, that works as well. And then Roman is just flabbergasted by all of this.
Yep.
Loses focus because we've never seen Roman lose focus. During all of this, his title reign, he never loses focus. All the chaos around him, he never loses focus.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be that one moment where he loses focus, loses concentration, and it costs him.
Yep. Oh, that's good. I love it.
I think that's brilliant. I think that's brilliant storytelling. And I'm really looking forward to Elimination Chamber.
Yes.
I will not be watching it live. Let's get that out of the way. I will not be watching it live.
5 o'clock, bro.
5 a.m. For those who are not aware, Elimination Chamber airs at 5 a.m. this Saturday morning.
Oh, man.
So before most of us have gotten out of bed, Elimination Chamber will have already happened. So I will not be on social media Saturday morning.
No, me neither.
I work on Saturday mornings.
Yep.
So
same.
I will be getting up, going to work, and then I will be driving to Unsanctioned Pro. As I am driving to Unsanctioned Pro, I will have Elimination Chamber on.
My man. That's my vibe, bro. I'm just gonna try to stay off of social media. Gotta stay away from it because you already know, like when you're like heavy in that wrestling circle, the second you even open up your social media app, it's like spoiler. Dang, man.
Y'all are worse than spoiling Marvel movies. I swear,
it's bad,
worse
bro.
Than spoiling Marvel movies.
It'd be quick.
It's horrible, man. It's horrible. It's horrible, man. And I also have. I'm going to make a little bit of a prediction with Chamber in that neither Chamber match will be the main event.
Really? What do you think will main?
Rhea and Nia.
Okay. I can see it.
Here's why. Here's my logic behind this.
Okay.
And Rhea Ripley is the biggest Australian star, male or female, in WWE.
Facts.
Point blank.
Facts.
Point blank. She will get a monster reaction. You always go with the match that the crowd is going to be the most invested and react the most to as your main event. You want to leave them on a high note. And we could say everybody could complain all they want about Nia Jax. She is the perfect heel for that situation.
She's perfect, bro. Perfect for that situation. And honestly, I think Nia Jax has been cooking lately, bro. I really do, bro.
They have made her look like a monster, and they have done it specifically for this moment. Because they have known for 6 months that they were going to Australia.
Yep.
They have known they need someone to face Rhea. They need someone to look like a threat. Because Rhea is going to be a babyface, you have to put your babyface in peril.
Yes.
Rhea has been getting her ass handed to her
every time.
By Nia Jax. Every single time.
Yeah.
This is old school wrestling storytelling at its finest. Yes. Old school wrestling storytelling at its finest. Put your babyface in peril. Make it look like they can't climb the mountain. Make it look like they can't get the job done. Nia has not lost since she came back.
Nope.
She has not lost. She has not really looked like she's been in peril much. I think really the most offense she gave up was to Becky, but she shut it down at every turn.
Yep.
So now, are we still going to get Becky versus Rhea at Mania? I 100% believe that. 100% believe that. Matthew Rodriguez, I've been a fan of WWE since the 80s. So, yes, I definitely followed the Ruthless Aggression era, 02, 03, 04. Great stuff. But, yeah, I still think we're getting Becky versus Rhea at Mania. That's your money match. That's probably one of the biggest money matches you can do at WrestleMania. I actually think we're going to get 3 money matches for the women at WrestleMania. Because I do think Bayley versus Io is also a money match.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because of the story they have told. They have made that story money with guess what, kids? Long-term storytelling.
There it is.
There's that theme again. Because that story has been building for 2 years. Yes. So, again, long-term storytelling, kids. And I think the third money match we're going to get is Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Yes, I agree.
I think those are your 3 money matches. And all 3 of those will deliver. All 3 of those will be great in their own way.
Yes.
Because those 3 matches will not be alike. And David, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. You know, fans have been saying they wanted long-term storytelling, and they're getting it. And then when they got it with The Rock and Roman, they didn't want it. No, we don't want it now.
Oh God, it's ridiculous, bro.
There are quite a few stories they have been telling for a while.
Yes, absolutely.
Bayley and Io for a while. Becky and Rhea for a while. And the Drew McIntyre story they have been telling for a while.
He's been a menace, bro.
Dude, Drew is doing the best work of his career.
Drama. He's just drama, bro. Like, and I love it. I love the fact that he's so petty and drama, and he's just an ass, and I love it. This is great work from Drew McIntyre for sure.
Yeah, and he's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why I think he's going to get his Mania moment. Yes. Yeah. I think he's going to get his Mania moment, and he deserves it. I'm throwing it out there right now. I think Drew is winning the Chamber. I think Drew is beating Seth at Mania for the title.
Yeah.
I think that is happening.
I agree. I've been saying that on the show, bro. I've been championing Drew McIntyre for a while.
As much as Cody needs to finish his story, Drew needs to finish his.
Yes.
And Drew is doing it in a different way, obviously. but it's the same kind of concept. You know, he had his moment ripped away from him. Now, he has had his moment ripped away in a different way.
Yeah.
You know, because of COVID, he wasn't able to enjoy his moment.
Exactly, and that sucked for him, bro. Like that sucked for him to finally have that big WrestleMania moment. And you got the screens and whatnot around, but it ain't the same, bro. It's not the same. And I do think that there is something here with him. And I even said on this show, I said, and this was before he even got the opportunity to be in the elimination chamber. This is when he was kind of starting. It was more along the lines when he was being really petty with CM Punk about his injury and whatnot. We really saw Drew take that sick turn, and I'm going to say it this year, sometime this year, I don't know when, Drew McIntyre is going to become the World Heavyweight Champion. Yes. And then they started fast-tracking him. Now he's in the chamber. Now he's in situations with Seth Rollins and doing stuff. And I'm like, all right, so this is happening a little bit sooner than what I thought, but it's great to see it, man. He's doing fantastic work. I'm a huge fan of what Drew McIntyre is doing right now.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. And Damien, yes, we need to hang out soon. Yes, love you. Man.
Much love.
Absolutely. Thank you for the love. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope people really appreciate Drew. I really, really do. Yeah. I really, really do. And because he's so petty.
He is. I love it.
Is so petty. But he does it in a dangerous way.
Mm-hmm.
He does it in a way where he comes out, you're like, man, something bad's about to happen.
yes, man, yes.
This dude's about to screw everything up.
Yep.
And the pettiness he had with Sami Zayn last week.
Yep.
Which is another story they're doing a great job of telling. The Sami Zayn stories.
Yes.
These sit-down interviews.
He's saying he will become a champion. He's been saying it every single time. And it's that's when it's all right, you kind of got to be lightweight paying attention to that, because if he keeps saying it, it's got to at some point down the line lead to something, right?
And I think it will. I think Sami Zayn is going to beat Gunther at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title.
Oh, that's big. That would be huge. Huge.
I think that is the one. I think that is what, and especially the fact that they have gone this underdog route with Sammy.
Yeah.
And him trying to say, I'm not an underdog, I'm a contender. The story they can tell with him and Gunther.
Yeah.
Will be art.
Yes.
Yes. I would not be surprised because Gunther's got a title match tonight.
Yeah, against Jey Uso.
Yes. I would not be surprised to see Jimmy Uso get involved.
I wouldn't be shocked by that either.
I think that's how we start the build to Uso versus Uso.
Yeah. Agreed.
I think that's where we're getting with that. I think this was a great little detour for Jay.
Yeah.
And they're gonna get back to him getting a title in 2024, but it's not time for him yet.
Right. Right.
He's gotta handle some other business first.
That's his brother. That's the bloodline.
You gotta close the book on him and Jimmy. And I think if you asked Jay what he would rather have at WrestleMania, a title match or one-on-one with his brother, he's gonna tell you one-on-one with his brother.
I agree with that because they've been talking about it.
That has been their dream match.
Yeah.
They both have wanted that. I think they're both finally going to get it.
Yep.
I think they're absolutely going to kill it at Mania.
Yes.
And it is going to be phenomenal.
It's going to be straight cinema. This whole road to WrestleMania has been cinema, bro. I've loved it. I've really enjoyed it. I want to ask a little bit as far as some of the situations that's going down at Elimination Chamber. You've got, the new Catch Republic is what they're calling themselves now. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. They're going to be going up against the Judgment Days, Finn Balor, Damian Priest. What do you think's going to come out of that, man? Do you think that it? Do you think that this is just kind of moving Judgment Day along to possibly defend them at WrestleMania, or do you think we actually get a shocker when we actually see the title change hands?
No title change.
Okay.
No title change.
Okay.
I do think that match is going to steal the show.
Ooh, okay.
That match it's one of those matches that you look at on paper and you're like, oh man, this is going to be good. This is going to be good, but you're not too sure about it.
Yeah.
Because they've just started heating up, so to speak, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Yeah, yeah.
But those 4 guys can put in work.
Ooh, yes, they can. Yes, they can.
So I do think Judgment Day is going to be losing the titles soon.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Or in that time frame.
In that area, yeah.
Yeah. In that, maybe not Mania itself, maybe SmackDown or Raw or whatever. But I think they're going to lose them to DIY.
Okay, I was going to ask you if you had a favorite who you think they're going to lose them to.
I
think DIY.
I think it's going to be DIY, especially now that DIY helped R-Truth.
Yeah.
So they're keeping DIY connected to Judgment Day.
True. True.
I think that's the play. That's the ones that are going to get it.
I agree with that, because I even said on this show, and if you guys go back and listen to the old episodes, check out my Solo Shot Monday Night Raw review. And I was like, if you're gonna have the New Catch Republic beat DIY to become the number 1 contenders for the tag team titles in Perth, Australia, why did you have DIY come out and save R-Truth on Monday Night Raw? And then I was confused by it, but then I thought about it and started connecting some dots, and I'm like, okay, this is they're possibly doing New Catch Republic versus the Judgment Day to do it in Perth, Australia, to stagger off DIY and Judgment Day until WrestleMania. And so I started putting pieces together.
Right, and plus they're doing the 8-man tag tonight.
Yeah,
with Judgment Day against DIY, Miz, and R-Truth.
Yeah,
so they're keeping them connected. But also, it's an international show, so you want to put a lot of international talent on the show.
Yeah.
So Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne are going to be super over in Australia.
True that. True that.
Not that DIY wouldn't be,
mm-hmm.
but you want to put, just like they're putting Grayson Waller on the show. So that segment, by the way, with Grayson Waller is going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be good stuff.
For those that don't know, they announced Grayson Waller is hosting the Grayson Waller Effect with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Which is going to be really interesting. If I'm Grayson Waller, he's going to come out, he's going to get a babyface reaction because he's in Australia.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he's going to come out, he's going to play babyface, and then he's going to shit on everybody.
He's going to shut him down, ain't he, bro?
He's going to shut him down. And he's going to become the most hated guy in that building.
I'm ready for it.
And that's exactly what he should do.
Yes.
It's exactly what he should do. He should shut it down.
I agree, bro. I agree. That's going to be a fun segment. It's going to be good stuff. Elimination Chamber seems like it's going to be really, really fun. I got to ask you, man. It's getting hot with the United States Championship. You got my man Logan Paul. He is going to be involved in the Elimination Chamber match to try to become a double champion at WrestleMania. Of course, we know it's him, Kevin Owens, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, Randy Orton, and Drew McIntyre, who I think we both agree are our favorites to win that match. But I want to ask you, in the interworkings of that match, in the interval of that match, do you feel like that we have a United States Championship match that could spawn from whatever happens in the chamber?
Yes. I think there are a couple of options.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't quite decided yet if I think they're going to pay off Logan Paul and Kevin Owens before WrestleMania,
mm-hmm.
or they're going to drag it out. I also could see a multi-person match at Mania.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I think it's either going to be a triple threat or a fatal four-way.
Yeah.
If it's a triple threat, it's going to be Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, and LA Knight.
Okay. And if it's a fatal 4-way, do you add Bobby Lashley to the mix?
No.
No. Okay.
I add Randy Orton.
Ooh, okay. Randy Orton for the U.S. title. All right.
Yeah, Randy. Because you got to give Randy Orton something semi-high profile to do.
True.
I don't know where else he fits.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I think that would be a good. Now, if they pay off Kevin Owens Logan before Mania, I think you could do LA Knight in a singles match with Logan.
Okay.
Either way, whether it's triple threat, fatal 4-way, whatever, if LA Knight's involved, he wins the U.S. title.
Okay, got you. So, what do you think about because there's still that component? There's still Black Air Force One energy having AJ Styles rolling around in there, mad as hell, mad as ever. What do you think AJ Styles and his new attitude is going to play into WrestleMania?
Man, that's a good question. Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's a good question because there are several high-profile talents that don't have a clear path.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That I don't have an idea of what they're going to be doing. I don't know. I really don't know what Randy Orton's going to be doing.
Yeah.
I don't know what AJ Styles is going to be doing. I don't know what Bobby Lashley is going to be doing. So it's very interesting.
And that's just real quick, that's crazy because these guys that you just named are all like potential WrestleMania main eventers.
Right. And it also makes you realize how stacked the roster is.
Yes, that's facts.
An
embarrassment of riches is what I call it.
Yes. I think either Styles or Orton is going to be the first opponent for Braun Breaker.
You said Styles? Did you say Styles or Orton?
I think Styles or Orton is going to be the first major feud for Braun Breaker.
Oh, I'm sorry, Austin. No, not a battle royal. Don't do it.
No, dude. They're not going to throw him in the battle royal. They might be in the battle royal, but they're going to do something at Mania. I feel like they're going to do something at Mania.
You got that many guys? Just put them in the battle royal.
Right.
Oh god.
Well, they do. Braun winning the battle royal is a good call. Braun winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is a good call.
Yes.
Now they usually do that on SmackDown the night before.
Yes, I've noticed that. Yeah.
So which has been a good hook the past couple of years. I like that they do that on SmackDown now.
You think that'll be a good little jump start to him if he wins?
I do.
Yeah. Remember that battle royal they did at SummerSlam, that Slim Jim battle royal, and LA Knight won it, and it was like he won, like everybody went crazy, like he actually won something. Like that was a moment, for no reason it was a moment.
And I think they really want to elevate Braun.
Yes, yeah.
And here's the thing, and people are going to think this thought is crazy, but it's not. There are a lot of people who do not know who Braun Breaker is.
You're right. It's crazy to think that because we're in that bubble, but you're right.
Because try as they might, there are a lot of people who don't watch NXT.
Yep.
So they don't know who Braun Breaker is. But a lot of people who watch SmackDown and Raw don't watch NXT.
Right.
So you have to reintroduce Braun Breaker to your audience.
Yes, sir.
Just like they've done with Tiffany Stratton.
Oh, I love what they're doing with it. It's Tiffy time, bro. It's Tiffy time.
Dude, Tiffany Stratton is a star. She will be a main eventer at WrestleMania next year.
Whoa. Did you get that quick? Whoa.
Dude, I'm telling you. This woman, and when you think about it, for those that don't know, Tiffany Stratton has been literally she started training to wrestle in 2021.
That's crazy, bro.
She has not been in the business 3 full years yet.
Oh, and she's that good, bro.
And she is already that good. And I will say this, and I've said it before, but I'll make it public. She is the next Charlotte Flair.
Ooh, that's big shoes to fill, bro.
Now, I'm telling you, this girl has it.
It's big shoes. I don't disagree with you. It's just big shoes to fill, you know.
I have been all in on Tiffany Stratton from day one.
I love what she does. Her, super talented.
Now, I will say, for those that didn't see it, she murdered poor Selena Vega with that moonsault on SmackDown.
Oh, man.
She murdered that poor girl.
Oh, man.
Because she landed knees first on that poor girl's stomach.
Man. Oh, that had to hurt. Take the breath right out of you. Oh, man. But still great progress from her and what she can become, bro. Most definitely.
Dude, she's so good. I think they're going to let her shine in the chamber.
Oh, yes. You're going to have moments.
I think it's actually going to come down to her and Becky.
Ooh.
I think they're the final two.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think she's going to eliminate Liv Morgan.
Okay.
And I actually think you could do a mini feud with Liv and Tiffany.
That's good.
Because I think now they're on opposite shows. I get that. But it's WrestleMania season. Nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares about that right now.
Clash the brands, baby.
Yep.
Clash the brands.
I agree with you, bro. I'm telling you, this is going to be a great road to WrestleMania. We're already starting. We're already heading off. We're on the highway, ready to go, and that includes tonight's Monday Night Raw. Of course, you guys out there in the household know that I give you my Monday Night Raw solo shot, usually a day or two after Monday Night Raw. But we want to talk a little bit about a Monday Night Raw while I'm here with my man Aaron, and we have quite a card, man, for tonight. We've talked about Gunther versus Jey Uso for the Intercontinental Championship. DIY, The Miz and R-Truth versus the Judgment Day in its entirety, of course, besides Mommy, of course. The Last Chance Battle Royal to qualify for the Women's Elimination Chamber. Shayna Baszler, Michin, Mia Yim, Zoe Starks, Alba Fire, Zelina Vega. Also on the card, we have Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre and Chad Gable versus Ivar. Is there anything in there, and you're checking it out, you're going to be probably getting ready to lay it down, vibe out for the night, and just watch a little wrestling? Is there anything on tonight's show that you're really looking forward to, or something that's like, I gotta see this before I lay my head to sleep?
Brother, I am here for every single solitary second of Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
Brother.
Yes.
The two guys that have been doing the best work in WWE head to head. Oh my God, dude. I cannot believe we are getting this on Raw.
Right.
I feel like there's going to be like some sort of screw job finish or something.
Yeah.
Because neither one of them can really afford to lose.
No, I agree with you on that.
So there's going to be some kind of fluky finish or something. But, dude, it's going to be so good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's going to be fun.
I can't wait. That match is going to be phenomenal. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, man.
That could be a main event of a pay-per-view.
It really could.
It's great.
It really could. I got to tell you, man, like one match that's on this card that I think could, like, if you just like want to see a good wrestling match, I really think Chad Gable and Ivar are going to really tear it up. I was talking a little bit on the show a couple of episodes ago about how Ivar has been running as a singles competitor with his tag team partner out on injury, and how he's just been kind of tearing it up and kind of been in his bag a little bit wrestling wise. And I'm like, I just don't feel like enough people were talking about what Ivar is doing. And of course, any like deep wrestling fans remember, War Machine from Ring of Honor and all the work they did on the indies. Like this, it's not like this guy can't go. But I think that, like, with his partner being on the show for right now, I think we're seeing Ivar get in a different bag. Any thoughts on what you're seeing when you watch an Ivar match?
He's 100% comfortable in his own skin.
Yeah.
I think it's finally clicked for him. And to see a man that size do a moonsault.
Man, for real. Is just insane.
I mean, it's great. I think it's finally clicked for him. And to see a man that size do a moonsault. Man, for real. Is just insane.
Man, for real.
Is just insane. I mean, it's great. I think it's finally clicked for him. And to see a man that size do a moonsault is just insane. And the fact that people keep telling him, I'm going to take this moonsault from you, just astounds me. I would not be signing up to take that moonsault.
Right, no.
I'm sorry. I am not signing up to take that moonsault. I'd be like, you can hit me with something else. You hit me with like a clothesline or maybe a nice little splash or something. But you ain't hit me with no damn moonsault. Like, you can kiss my ass.
Yeah, man.
You're almost 400 pounds, dude. You shouldn't be flying through the air like that. Keep your ass on the ground.
Man.
I'm 230. I keep my chunky ass on the ground. I ain't climbing to no damn top rope.
Not me, bro.
But no, him and Chad Gable is going to be really good.
Yeah.
Chad has been putting in some great work. I know for a while people really wanted him to be the guy to beat Gunther.
Yes, I remember that time. Yes.
And I like Chad. I do. I think he's great. I don't think he's the right guy. He's got some great charisma. He's gotten a little bit more charisma. But unfortunately, I think that gimmick is just a mid-card gimmick.
Yes,
and that's nothing wrong with that.
No,
you can make a really good living being a mid-card gimmick in WWE. Just ask Dolph Ziggler.
Facts, like big facts, bro. You're not lying.
He made a great living for 20 years being the mid-card guy.
I agree.
So you could be a mid-card guy in WWE and make good money.
Absolutely.
And I think this is going to sound harsh, but it's not meant to be. Sami Zayn does the underdog story better than Chad Gable does.
I agree with that. I do. I
think this is the Chad Gable story that maybe they wanted to tell, but we're like, Sammy's a better fit.
Yep.
He's a better fit long term. So because the crowd connects more with Sammy than they do Chad.
Very true. Very, very true. I agree with that. So we have this Monday Night Raw here. We have this. I want to get your thoughts on this last chance battle royal to qualify for the Women's Elimination Chamber that has Baszler, Michin, Zoe Stark, Alba Fire, Zelina Vega in it. Me and Hype were kind of talking about it on yesterday's episode. That episode's now available on all major podcasting platforms. The Sunday house party with myself and Hype, it is out available for download. So go ahead and check that out if you want to go back and listen to some old content. We were talking about the possibility of having superstars added to this battle royal. Is there a chance, a possibility that we could see Jade Cargill pull up and maybe win this thing?
I'm going to need you to get out of my head. Because when we saw Jade Cargill on SmackDown,
yeah,
my first thought was she's going to be in the chamber.
Yeah.
That was literally my first thought. And so here's the curious part of all of this. She is the only person in that chamber match I could see they would have win other than Becky.
Yeah, I could see that. My favorite is Becky, but yeah, if they really wanted to just like shock everybody, they could do that.
But if she's in it, I think we officially get the build to her and Bianca.
Yes.
Because Bianca is in the chamber. So, and I would have Jade eliminate Bianca.
100%. 100%.
Jade eliminates Bianca. Jade gets cocky. She's celebrating. She's jawing with Bianca. She gets caught from behind.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
She's out.
She's shocked. She has to get out. She's like, oh, no. The ref's got to get her out, and boom, match continues.
Yep. And then Jade gets beat. So I think that is very much... yes, Austin, we talked about that earlier.
Yes.
We said we both think that Jimmy is showing up tonight and costing Jay the title.
Yes.
We both think tonight is beginning that build because Jay has nothing planned for Elimination Chamber. The Bloodline has nothing planned for Elimination Chamber. So I think tonight is the night they start that official build to WrestleMania with those two. Yes, I do. 100%.
Agree with that. Great thought there. Oh no, you're good, bro. It is all good. We appreciate come talk with us, chat with us, bro. That's what we here to do, bro. Is talk wrestling, have fun with it.
Also, I always love talking about this guy. So, who's the best heel in pro wrestling, and why is it Dominic Mysterio?
I love Dominic Mysterio, man. Anytime that man touches a microphone, they're already booing him.
And for anyone who doesn't realize it, because I know people joke all the time, oh, WWE pipes in crowd noise. There is no piped in crowd noise with Dominic Mysterio. I have been there live.
Same.
You cannot hear that man on the house mic.
No.
You can't hear him. You cannot hear him. The only person that I can ever remember that has gotten as much heat as Dominic Mysterio has gotten is Vicky Guerrero.
Oh my gosh, that's true. They hated her.
And so to get Vicky Guerrero heat is pretty impressive. And yes, we all love to hate Dom.
Yes.
And, it's so great to see what has become of Dominic Mysterio. I think there's a couple of options for him for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think a fun option, and this is going to sound a little oddball to people, but I think once you kind of click it in your head story-wise, I think it makes sense. I think Dominic is going to be in a tag match at WrestleMania, but I don't think he's going to team with a member of the Judgment Day.
Uh-oh.
If I was doing it, here's what I would put Dominic Mysterio with Santos Escobar.
Okay.
Against R-Truth and Rey Mysterio.
Okay.
That would be, and when you think about all the parties involved, all
a lot
the
of moving parts
involved, I think that makes a lot of sense. Yes, Roger, I do think Dom needs work on his in-ring. However, he is such a good character.
Yes.
That he doesn't have to do a lot of moves anyway. Literally, him and Kevin Owens had the perfect match on SmackDown. It was the perfect old school heel versus... They literally built the whole match to Dom getting punched in the face.
Wow. Yeah. That's true.
Because Owens would tease it, Dom would powder. Dom kept running like the chicken shit heel. He got an advantage because of R-Truth. Dom tells R-Truth to get a chair. R-Truth gets a chair and sits in it.
He sits down. Oh, man.
How good is R-Truth? Let's just get that out of the way. How good is R-Truth?
National treasure, bro. I mean, seriously.
Give that man his flowers.
Yes, 100%. And the man don't age. He don't even age, bro.
No. No, he's been the same since 2002.
It's crazy. And to see they even show him in backstage segments. You hear the crowd saying, "We want truth. We want truth." Like, they love that man. It's really great to see, honestly.
He's so good, and I think this is the year he gets rewarded with a higher profile Mania match. I think this is the year he gets rewarded with something he can actually kind of sink his teeth into.
For sure. That'd be amazing.
And I think that's why I kind of think the tag match is a good fit.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to slot him.
Has he had and forgive me if I'm ignorant here, but has he had a legitimate WrestleMania match?
No.
No?
No.
Wow.
He's been in the Battle Royals. He's been in ladder matches.
Yeah.
But he has never had a moment to really shine.
Yeah.
He's always been in the big multi-man matches. So I think this is the year that maybe they kind of give him that moment.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of earned it this year.
I agree.
And Yeah, Roger, when he gave the money to Judgment Day, yeah, me too. I cracked up.
Like he's like, here, this for the merch sales.
and then last week when he thought DIY was DX.
Oh, that was good stuff.
I mean, and here's the thing. Honestly, I didn't think about how much Ciampa looks like Triple H.
I know, right?
Until Truth pointed it out, and now I can't unsee it.
I know, like, wait a minute. I see it
like,
now.
Johnny doesn't look like Shawn Michaels. He wrestles like Shawn. He doesn't look like Shawn.
Yeah.
Ciampa looks like Triple H.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. There's a lot of potential with DIY, man, for him to do some cool stuff.
Yeah, and like I said, I think they're going to get the tag titles. I don't know if it's going to be at Mania or right around that time.
Yeah.
But I do think they're going to get the tag titles.
I really agree with you, bro. I really do, man. I think that WrestleMania is going to be great. It's going to be a vibe. Still a lot of stuff that's unpacking from it. I really want to get your thoughts. Just going back here, because we haven't really got into Bayley that much. I want to get your thoughts on like the story that Bayley is telling, everything that's going on with Damage Control. Damage Control now seemingly to just be 3 members, but where do you think Dakota Kai truly lies in all this?
She's going to turn on Bayley. It's coming. It's coming. Because, oh, hey, it's the guy with the second most punchable face in wrestling, Darren Cole. Good to see you. Good to see you, brother.
Oh, man.
And the only reason you have the second most punchable face is because Dominic Mysterio still exists.
Right, man.
So until Dominic goes away, you're going to have the second most punchable face in wrestling.
Oh, man.
But you do have the most punchable face in the state of Indiana, so hang your head
up. Sure. Oh, man, I got a chance to see him Saturday. Oh, he's a menace, bro. He's a damn menace.
He's a fucking menace. But no, it's going to be Bayley against the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And absolutely it should. I don't think so. I agree with part of your statement, Roger. I do think Dakota Kai turns on Bayley. I don't think she cost her the title.
Okay.
I think Bayley wins the title. They do get a Bayley Kai feud out of that. I do agree with that. I think Io has had the title since SummerSlam.
She's had it for a while.
You have built Io up enough. This is Bayley's year.
Yeah.
Bayley has never had. Think about this, everybody. And this is going to sound crazy when I say this. Bayley has never had a one-on-one match at WrestleMania.
No way. There's no way.
If you look at it, Bayley has never had a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. She was first year, she was in a Fatal 4-Way when she defended her title.
Yeah.
2018, she didn't have a match. 2019 was the tag title Fatal 4-Way. 2020 was, I believe, another triple threat with her and Sasha and somebody else. 21, she was hurt.
She
22, she didn't wrestle, and last year she didn't wrestle. I don't think.
I think she hosted one of the WrestleManias. Was
it
37?
She semi-hosted the one in Tampa.
Okay.
She semi-hosted it, yeah, because she was doing her Ding Dong Hello.
Yes,
stuff.
Yes.
And that's when she got that's when she got punched out by one of the Bella twins.
Yes. True.
Yeah. So Bayley has never, Bayley's never had a one-on-one match at Mania.
Crazy, man.
Yes, Damage Control versus Lita, Trish, and Becky. Thank you, Gaston. I knew she was involved. I couldn't remember. I knew she was involved. I just couldn't remember who it was. So yes, Bayley has never had a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. Yes. Bayley has never had a one-on-one match at Mania. This is her year.
Yeah.
She won the Rumble. She's going to beat Io. She's going to have her Mania moment. Bayley deserves it.
Man, I've been calling on this show. I've been calling her the most unselfish woman in professional wrestling right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see how many people she's been putting on. You know what I'm saying?
And when you rank the 4 horsewomen, I have always said Charlotte is 1, Sasha is 4.
Yeah.
Becky and Bayley are 2 and 3. You can put them either way.
Split it either way. Yeah.
You're splitting hairs at that point.
Yeah.
Charlotte is 1, Sasha is 4, Bayley and Becky are 2 and 3, and you can switch them either way. I personally put Bayley at 2, Becky at 3.
Yeah.
But I would not argue either way.
Roger, I don't see that happening, bro. I think she's evolved past Hugger Bayley for sure.
I think so too. Now, I do think there's going to be an homage to it.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll definitely reference it.
She might start coming out to old school Bayley music and might even have the floating, the wacky tube in or whatever.
Yeah.
But after that, it goes into her current version. I think there'll be an homage to it, much like they did with Drew at Clash at the Castle when he came out to Broken Dreams.
Yep.
I think they're going to kind of do that with Bayley.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and that's kind of that's
Gaston. Yeah, that's kind of what we're saying. She'll do the Hugger entrance, but she's not going to be Hugger Bayley.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
But not literally, because that'll get you canceled.
Right.
But not literally, because that'll get you canceled.
Oh man, crazy stuff, man. I'm having a great conversation here with my man Aaron Grider. I really appreciate all you guys and your guys' interaction in the chat, making this a really, really great episode on this President's Day, where we were able to get together and talk a little wrestling. We was talking a little Bayley, and it's been great. It's been a really great episode here at In Your House. WrestleMania is going to have big implications. So I want to ask you this, because I feel like I really feel like with WrestleMania it's hard to say, oh, what one match are you looking forward to? And I know that there's still moving parts, so nothing is cemented, but just in this episode, we've kind of put together and kind of like moved some pieces and like given some thoughts on what we think could be WrestleMania. So instead of just saying one, I'm going to ask you, man, like, what's your probably most 3 things you're looking forward to, matches, situations, whatever, that are going to come at WrestleMania?
Yes, Roger, I will address that here in just a minute. I will absolutely talk about that here in just a second. So WrestleMania is going to be stacked.
Yes, it is.
Because when you think about the matches that are going to happen, or that we think is going to happen, you've got Cody versus Roman. You've got Rock, Roman versus Cody and Seth.
Mm-hmm.
Seth versus Drew. Io versus Bayley. Becky versus Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly Bianca versus Jade.
Yep.
Uso versus Uso.
Yep.
Sammy versus Gunther, possibly.
Yep.
U.S. title with some form of Logan Paul and Kevin Owens and LA Knight. DIY probably versus Judgment Day.
Yep.
Like, you've got all of this. Like, that is an insane card.
Yeah.
My 3, I probably would go. That actually, Roger, that would be great. Actually,
I would like that. That'd be good.
That would be great. Man, could you imagine Sammy winning the title at Mania?
Oh, that'd be nuts. They'd blow the roof off the place, bro.
That would be insane. Yeah, Sammy finally gets there. That would be great, Roger. It actually would. I would be curious how they get there.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that would be interesting. And then, so I think the 3 most anticipated for me, and it's going to be no surprise that they're all storyline driven matches.
Yeah.
Uso versus Uso, Cody versus Roman, and I think I'm going to surprise some people with this one, but Io versus Bayley.
Okay.
I think those are the 3, with Rhea and Becky being a close 4th.
Yes.
Now, once those 2 start cooking and they start getting into full-on promotion and full-on promo exchanges, I think that one probably could slot up to maybe 2 for me.
Yeah.
Because I think those two, once they start cooking, but I think story wise, there's nothing better than Cody Roman.
Yeah, I think that's top. It's top tier right now, bro. It's top tier right now.
It really is, and because they've already shown that they're willing to have Cody lose, there is that trepidation that people are like, man, Cody could lose again.
Yep.
And he could, and he absolutely could they absolutely could have Cody lose again. I don't think they're going to.
Yeah.
But the possibility is there. I think, I really think we're getting Seth versus Drew. I think that's the match.
Yeah.
I think Sammy versus Gunther. Sammy gets his moment by winning the Intercontinental. And honestly, from the Raw side of things, and this is not a knock on Seth, beating Gunther is almost as big, maybe even bigger than beating Seth.
Gunther's that dude. He's that guy.
Like, Gunther is that guy. Like that. I hope people don't undersell the moment of Gunther losing. For those who Gunther has not lost on the main roster, guys.
No.
Gunther has not been pinned on the main roster. He has lost by countout to Chad Gable.
Yep, I remember that.
But he has not been pinned. Gunther has not been pinned on the main roster. So I think Mania is that moment. I think Sammy is that guy.
I agree with that. I really do, man. I think that we could see. So let me ask you this. I had a thought. What are the chances that we could see, like, if the possibility is we do Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul for the United States Championship at WrestleMania? Maybe do that night 1, and Kevin Owens wins, and then night 2 you have Sami Zayn versus Gunther for the Intercontinental title.
Yep.
He wins it. Kevin comes out. I know they had a WrestleMania moment together, main eventing night 1 last year, but give them that, like, hey, we did it as a team. Now we're doing it as singles, that brother hug. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that?
I think that's good. I think that's a good moment. It's a very full circle moment. It's a feel good moment.
Yeah.
I like that. I think Roger, I think a street fight with Owens and Paul works well.
Yeah.
Because I think that plays into Logan Paul and Kevin, where they don't have to work as much, work a wrestling style. They can work a brawl. I think, I don't know if they're going to go street fight, because I think, and I could be wrong, and they may not call it tribal combat, but we're going to get some form of, I think, no DQ or something with the Usos.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would almost be leery of making things too similar.
What do you think about this? Dragunov wins Gunther? What?
Man, I'm gonna catch some flack for this. But I gotta say it. I like Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov is not a main roster guy.
Don't think he's there yet? Don't think he's ready to be a main roster guy?
I don't, and I like Ilya a lot. I just think his style, the way he works, he's only going to be able to work with certain styles of guys on the main roster. I think he is a little more limited on the main roster.
Yeah. Because
in NXT, there's a lot of guys who are more willing to work that kind of style that Ilya works.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's a main roster guy. I really don't. Just like, and I'm going to catch flack for this one, but I don't care, Carmelo Hayes is not a main roster guy.
Man, that's crazy to hear. But, like, I remember that spot that got messy with him and Austin Theory, I think a couple weeks ago. And like my big thing with him is I love him. I love Carmelo Hayes. I'm a huge fan of what he does. But like he's been on the main roster, doing some matches on the main roster, and he's just like he's still kind of playing like because he's going up against heels when he's there, but now he's this big heel on NXT that he's playing because he screwed over, Trick. So it's like you can't really bring him up to the main roster and do because there's going to be people that don't know why people are supposed to hate him,
Well, here's the thing, and I might catch a little flack for this one. Trick Williams does Carmelo better than Carmelo does. And here's the thing. Trick has a better look than Carmelo. Trick has a bit more size than Carmelo does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think Trick is a better fit on the main roster. Yeah, but here's the thing. With Josh, with using Carmelo like Andrade, we've already got Andrade. We don't need another Andrade.
True that.
And so that's kind of like that meme of we got Andrade at home, and you show a picture of Carmelo.
Yeah, yeah.
So, which Andrade's another guy where they brought him in, and I hope people are patient because I don't think they're going to do anything really with Andrade until after Mania.
I agree. I was gonna say, I agree.
No, I think they could use him like Andrade, yes, but I don't see Carmelo on the main roster, man. I just don't. They've given him a couple of opportunities, and he really didn't deliver. He didn't do that well on SmackDown, honestly. And could he get there? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. He's got all the potential in the world. He's
got potential, but I'm just a little worried that he would get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, that's a legitimate concern.
And I think he would get lost in the shuffle. I think Ilya would get lost in the shuffle. It's okay to be an NXT person.
Yeah, there's
nothing wrong with that.
No.
Because they used to bring these NXT people up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they would come on the main roster and they would flounder and they would get lost in the shuffle. And then they would just have to go back.
Yep.
So I think they are very patient now. If you notice, there are not a lot of NXT call-ups.
No, they've slowed that down a lot.
They are slow. And NXT is killing it. They are still killing it.
Yeah.
I love NXT, Josh. It's one of my favorite programs to watch.
Yes.
But there's just, unfortunately, there's a lot of NXT people who they're not main roster people.
Right.
I think there's only a handful of NXT people that I think are main roster ready, and they just called two of them up in Tiffany Stratton and Braun Breaker. Well, Braun got called up, Roger. He's
signed now. He officially signed a contract with SmackDown.
They officially signed him, and Tiffany both are on SmackDown.
Yes.
And so they were the two that I was like, those are clear favorites. I think of everybody else, man, there's nobody that screams out to me. Maybe Trick Williams.
Yeah.
But I think he's still 6 months to a year away because he's very young and very green. I think I'm hesitant to say Lyra Valkyria, but I think she can get there.
Yeah.
I just don't think her personality is there yet.
Just not there. Yeah, not because you got to think, you got to be a character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're coming on TV, you got to be big and like, yeah, we've seen in many years past, many times that we've seen that wrestler that is a fantastic wrestler bell to bell, between the ropes, but just can't connect with the crowd.
And I think that's a big reason why Roxanne Perez is still in NXT.
Yeah.
But I've got a little bit of hope because I think we might be getting a Roxanne heel turn.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They're hinting at it. They did the backstage promo last week where she slapped the girl in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So maybe not a full heel turn, but very much a more aggressive Roxanne.
Yes. Yeah.
And then if she can ever stay healthy, Cora Jade is one that will end up on the main roster if she can ever stay healthy.
Man, I just really want her to stay healthy because I really want to see what she can do. I remember back when Chelsea Green, I believe, was on NXT, and we saw some early signs of Chelsea Green being what she is, which I think Chelsea Green is great. I love what she does, but I think she broke her hand twice, and it just kept derailing her and now we're seeing some of Chelsea Green's best work. But yeah, for a while there was just those injuries can really just derail you, bro.
Yeah, and Josh, I could see why you're not on the Braun bandwagon yet. Give it time because he's developing a hell of a personality. The stuff he's been doing with Baron Corbin is really good.
Good stuff. Yeah, they just won the Dusty Cup.
The Wolf Dog stuff is fantastic.
Yeah.
And Austin, yeah, if you get a chance to see Braun live, he looks like $1 million. He looks like a star.
He went crazy in that Rumble.
Dude, he is crazy. And it's crazy to think he wasn't going to be in that spot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that wasn't even his spot. He took that opportunity and delivered.
Yes. And it's great, man. And another guy that we need to give flowers to is Baron Corbin.
Yes, I agree, dog.
Baron Corbin is so good, man.
Better than what people give him credit for.
And he has delivered. Since he's been in NXT, he has delivered. And it's crazy, man. It is absolutely crazy.
I gotta say that with Baron Corbin, to see all the layers that he was able to take on throughout the course of his career, because when I first saw him, I was like, oh, I like what he does, but do you think that he could be anything more than just this, lone wolf biker guy? And then, boy, did he showed me what he could become, and I'm like, oh man, because we had Constable Corbin, we had broke guy Corbin, we had rich guy Corbin, we had, so many happy Corbin, so many different layers to what he's doing, and I just really think that somebody like Baron Corbin is somebody that we need to appreciate right now. I know he's not one of those indie-rific guys, and a lot of my listeners love those guys, and I love them too. I know he didn't have a big run on the indies or anything like that, but, he's a guy who came and took to it. I think that he's done a great job of becoming a mainstay in the WWE no matter where he's at.
Yeah, indeed. Roger, Nikita Lyons has the same problem that Cora Jade has. She can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Because I've heard she got hurt again.
She did. Yeah.
She can't stay healthy, and that's the problem. And one of the best abilities in wrestling you can have is availability.
For sure.
And if you're not available, you're not going to get used. And yeah, Nikita Lyons, man, she can't stay healthy. She got hurt again. Austin Corbin absolutely deserves his flowers. Bum-ass Corbin was great.
Yes, that was good stuff, man. That was gold stuff.
And that's the thing. He can take a joke.
Yep.
And he can play into it. Corbin is not afraid of heat.
No, he is not.
And you cannot be a heel in wrestling and be afraid of heat.
He owns it. He embraces it. Yeah. Much like a guy like Waller, it's great. It's great to see somebody just give it to me. Give me that energy. I love that. That's what I try to do when I manage challenges. Be like, give me all that heat. I want it. Give it to me. So I love to see it. Somebody just owns it and soaks it in. And I think that Corbin is, like you said, somebody that does that.
Yeah, and like to think for a minute that Corbin is on NXT. Like, he's so good and he's on NXT. And because they don't have room, where are you going to put him on the main roster?
Right. Yep.
Like, you can't put him anywhere. And so it's crazy. And now I want to get go back to something that was asked earlier by Roger. He wanted me to talk a little bit about my OVW.
Yes. Let's get back to that because I did want to go ahead and let you get into that.
Yeah, so it was crazy. It was a crazy experience. And Al Snow is a lunatic. He is an absolute lunatic. He is a mad scientist, mad genius, mad genius. And it's so crazy because if you had asked, 17-year-old Aaron, is he going to, if you told me I was going to be sitting in a production room and behind me was going to be Al Snow and Doug Basham, I'd have told you were nuts.
Man. And
then on top of that, I was on OVW TV for a year in a storyline with Freya the Slaya.
Great storyline.
And then got chokeslammed through a wedding cake in front of my mother on national television.
Great stuff.
So it was crazy to me. And I haven't been back at OVW really since. Thank you, Roger. Appreciate that. Glad you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing it.
I enjoyed it too.
And part of the problem for me is, and was and still is, it was such a high note.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like I don't know if I could ever go back because I don't know how I could top that moment.
That was a moment.
Like, when you think about all the things that went into that, we built to it for a year. It was a 3-segment wedding. We got a "This is awesome" chant during the first segment. I sang my wedding vows. I got chokeslammed through a cake. Like, all of this stuff. My mom was there ringside. Like, all of this. It just, I don't know. Man, Lurch, I don't know, man. I really don't know. That's the problem. I don't know how I can top it. I really don't. And
that's a hell of a ride.
And obviously Al doesn't either because he hasn't brought me back. So I think we're both trying to figure out, because I don't want to just go back and do production. I would love to be a fixture in some form on OVW television. So It's just I don't know how we do it. And
I'd love to learn the production side of things or what happens there.
It's fun, man. Production is fun. It's just, it's so stressful.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Brother, I'm old, man. I'm old. I'm grumpy. I got gray hairs. Like, I can't be yelling at people through headsets every week. Like,
man.
Because you can't control any of it. Like,
yeah.
You tell these fucking the fucking idiots what to do, and then they go out and do the exact opposite.
Yes, man.
So, and then you're screaming seemingly at air at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, Roger. I appreciate that
Aaron
you
is
think
a
I'm
great
a great that I think I'm a great ref, and I really appreciate. The problem is, we backed ourselves into a corner because you can't just bring me back on OVW television as just a ref, because I would take away from the match. Because the people that follow OVW know OVW. So as soon as you bring me back, they're going to be like, why is Eric Grider reffing now?
Right.
What is about to happen?
What's going to happen? What's he going to do?
Yeah. Like, who's he going to fall in love with now? So, that's the corner we have kind of put ourselves in with that. So that's the biggest reason why I haven't come back to ref is you can't really put me as just a ref on OVW television.
I got you, bro. Yo, real quick, sidebar real quick. I want to shout out my son and all of his friends at school that's on IG Live. What is y'all kids doing on IG Live listening in your house right now? Y'all supposed to be at school learning. Y'all better put those phones down and be paying attention to your teacher. What is y'all out here doing, these doggone kids on IG Live watching in your house? But make sure that you follow and subscribe, though, all right?
Howse, I didn't want to ruin that promo. It was a great promo, but it's President's Day. School's probably closed.
No, my kids are in school today.
What?
Yes, man. It was because of a snow day. Yeah, they had a snow day, so they had to make it up. So that's why I'm yelling at them, bro. I'm yelling, y'all better learn and go to school, but also subscribe to this and tell your friend to tell a friend. I'm having a great conversation with my man Aaron. We're talking wrestling. It's been a great conversation. I've really enjoyed it. Before we get out of here, we got the kids in the chat now. You know how it is. You got kids, and they love video games. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm also a fan of video games. I'm a huge video game fan. So for me, I always love to talk about WWE 2K24 with as much people as I can because we're about 2 weeks away from that coming out. And
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a vibe, bro. And straight up. Like, it's a thing, bro, where it's like, I'm so excited for the release of this game. We got 2 weeks left. 2 weeks left, and it's like, I gotta ask you, bro, with all these features, everything that's coming out, a whole lot of stuff with, like, new game modes. They just announced that Post Malone is the executive producer of the sound on the game. He's also going to be a player in the game. We've been seeing some ratings come out. Been seeing some ratings come out for some talents on IG. A lot of stuff going on. The big announcement, Bray Wyatt, the Fiend character, it looked so clean, so beautiful when they showed his entrance. When I saw it, what are some things you're excited about, like most excited about for the release of this game?
The showcase mode, 40 years of Wrestlemania.
That's going to be great. Yeah.
That because for anyone that has been playing the 2K series, the showcase modes are usually one of the highlights of the game.
Yeah.
And they usually do a great job with those stories and all the objectives and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for that. I always love to see what little tweaks they made to my universe and my GM, because those are my two favorite modes that I always
love
play.
my GM mode, bro. Love it. They're adding trades. They're adding trades.
Yeah, and I love that last year you were able to do multiple seasons of it.
Yeah.
Like it didn't end after 1 year like the year before.
Yes.
And also you could basically do like 4 different, I think it was 3 or 4 like human characters. So you could literally like control each brand and do everything for each brand and play your way through it. So I think that's a lot of fun, man. I just think it's because we're all armchair quarterbacks. We're all
for sure, yeah.
Couch bookers and yeah, Roger. That's why I do the human control on all of it, so I get to do each brand, so it doesn't matter which brand wins.
You're like, I just do all of it. I love it, bro. I love it,
because I can't ever beat the computer in that shit, man. They always kick my ass, so it's like, so yeah, I always just control all of it. Like, let me do this shit.
Like, no matter what, I'm coming out on top.
Well, I've got one of my guys is winning. Damn it!
For sure, man. I love it. It's gonna be a great game. I'm really excited about it. A lot of great different features, matches, and everything. And
I'm always excited to see the roster.
Yeah.
A roster addition that I'm excited for this year that I don't know if everybody else popped for him as much as I did. I'm excited superstar Billy Graham is
last time you was on the show, I think we lightly talked about it, or maybe it was backstage at some point, but you say you were super excited for it. Yeah, man, that's really cool to see that he's in the game.
I'm super excited for that, man. I'm surprised it took this long, but I'm very, very excited.
Man, I'm definitely gonna be checking that out. What are you gonna do first, bro? What's the first thing you're gonna do when you pick it up and put it in the console and start playing? Do you got any plans that you're gonna do first? Or you just gonna maybe I usually try to do a couple matches first before I enter the modes. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's usually what I do as well. And then I'll probably hop into the showcase mode. And then once I have, I'll probably kind of fluctuate between showcase mode and the My GM and My Universe. But I usually go in a couple matches, pick a couple people whose entrances I want to see, and then kind of go from there and really dig into it. I won't be able to play it much. And they picked a really bad week for it to come out for me. The bastards. Because I won't be able to play it probably much until like that following Sunday.
Really? Oh, you're going to be busy then.
Because I've got, because it comes out on Tuesday.
Yep.
I work late on Tuesday, so I work till about 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be able to play a little bit on that Sunday. But then I've got I bowl on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
And then so I've got that. And then I've got a Pacers game that Thursday.
Oh man.
That Friday I've got the Pacers season ticket holder party.
Oh, cool.
And then that Saturday I have a merge. So I probably won't be able to play much until late Saturday night into Sunday.
Yeah,
and then Sunday and Monday I'll just be digging into it.
Just right in there, bro. Just right into
digging into it, baby.
I can appreciate that, bro, because I'm gonna be doing the same as soon as I pick it up. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a vibe. Just like this episode, man. It's been fun. It's been vibe. I've really enjoyed it. Really enjoy you coming back and coming through and having a great discussion, man. It's always great to be able to chat you up and talk with you, man, and just get together and talk wrestling and have and just it'd be a good vibe, like always being in that moment, man. So before we slide out of here, I'll ask you, man, you saw that All-Star weekend, man. You think our Pacers is gonna come out and have a little hot streak out of the break, or do you think that maybe we stagger off a little bit? What do you think? Because I think we're going to get a fully healthy Halliburton, man, now that he's got a few days to kind of rest. What do you think we're going to do for the next stretch of the season?
Once everybody gets healthy, because, Miles was banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
Nimhard was banged up a little bit. Neesmith was banged up a little bit. Like, a lot of our bench guys were banged up.
Yeah, we have a deep bench.
Yeah. That road win in Toronto before the break was huge.
Yeah, we needed that.
Yeah, we needed that win. I think we're going to come out, and I think we're going to do well. I won't say it's a give me, but we have a very winnable game on Thursday against the Pistons.
Yeah.
So I think if you can win that, and then you've got a tough game on Sunday against the Mavericks.
Yeah.
But those are 2 home games. I think if you can win those, you're off to a good start. I think we can get. I think we can get to the 4 seed.
That would be great.
I think we can get to the 4. We are, because we're 2 games, 2.5 games back of the 4 seed.
Okay, where are we sitting at? We're at 6 right now. We're
at 6 right now. I'm looking. I've got it pulled up because I couldn't exactly remember.
Right.
We're at 6. We're a game. We're 2 games behind the 5, which is Philly. 2.5 behind the Knicks, we're only 4 games behind the Bucks.
Okay.
For third, and then we're about 5.5 games behind the Cavs. I think the team to watch is the Bucks.
Yeah.
Because I think they're going to implode. I think they're going to implode. I really do. They don't look right.
I think they've been 3-7 since, or at least it hasn't been a winning record since Doc came in.
It's 3-8.
3-8. Okay.
And so the next 3 Pacers games are all home games. They've got the Pistons, the Mavericks. Actually, the next four games are home games. They've got the Pistons, which should be a winnable game.
Yeah.
You've got the Mavericks, which is tough but should be winnable.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Raptors, which is tough but should be winnable. And then you've got the Pelicans.
Yep.
And then you've got the Pelicans on the road, followed by the Spurs, and then at the Mavericks. So, and then we come back home against the T-Wolves. So that's a tough stretch. Tough. But, I think if you could go, 5-3, 6-2,
yeah,
something like that, that's a good stretch.
It is.
And
really is.
they're, no matter where they sit in the playoffs, the Pacers are a dangerous team.
For sure, because they've shown they can beat anybody. They've
beaten the top teams in the East, so they can beat anybody. They can absolutely beat anybody. The game I'm most looking forward to left on their schedule is March 29th, because I get to do my favorite pastime when it comes to basketball, which is boo LeBron James.
I love it, man. Love it. LeBron, anytime he comes to Indiana, he's a victim, bro. We love to boo him, bro.
Booing LeBron James, baby. That's my favorite pastime.
Oh,
love to boo some LeBron James.
Man,
forget that bum.
Man, I really appreciate you coming on, bro. It's been great, been a vibe, been great energy.
Roger, sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, Roger, I think 2 years is good, man. I think
realistic.
I think 2 years is good. We're all very optimistic, obviously. I think we're going to keep Pascal, which is big.
Oh, that's going to be huge, yeah.
I feel like we're going to keep Pascal. I don't think they make that trade if we're not going to keep him. So right. I think we're going to keep Pascal. I think 2 years away and maybe one more piece.
One more piece, yes, that's what I'm saying. One more piece. Give us one more piece, and I think we could be in there, bro.
I think you get, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a superstar piece, but I've heard people throw Paul George's name around.
I've heard that too. I've heard a little bit of whisper. What if, bro? Oh my gosh!
Can you imagine Paul George coming back to Indianapolis?
Oh my God! And actually winning the chip with Halliburton and Miles and Pascal. That'd be crazy.
You imagine our starting lineup would be Tyrese Halliburton, Paul George,
yep,
Pascal Siakam,
yep,
Miles Turner. And then probably
you could throw Aaron Nesmith in there. You could throw
Mathurin
in there.
Yeah, like that. That's a lineup.
That looks like a championship team right there, bro. And Paul George and you could have Paul George and Pascal switch between being the 2 and the 3 on any given night. You know what I'm saying? The number 2 option and the number 3 option.
That is 4 dudes that can score 30 on any night.
Yep.
4 dudes, because Miles can score 30 on any night.
He can score. That's what people don't understand. Is that he can really score. Of course, he's a great rim protector, and it's crazy he hasn't won a Defensive Player of the Year. But he can score too, for sure.
People don't give Miles the credit he deserves.
I agree.
I always cringe when people talk about we need to trade Miles. Why?
He's solid, bro.
There's a reason he is not included in any trade talks. Because the Pacers know what they have. Great rim protectors are hard to find.
Yes, they are. They really are.
And he is a great rim protector. So, yeah, I think – and he's a perfect fit with Pascal.
Yeah. I loved, well, as soon as the Pascal came up, I was like, I would love to see him side by side with Miles Turner, and that's exactly what we're seeing, bro.
Go Pacers, baby.
Go Pacers, man. Go Pacers. I love it, man. Thanks for coming on, bro. Truly appreciate you taking your time out to have this great conversation. Man, of course, you already know the vibe here. Anytime I bring on my guests here, I give them a chance to plug anything they got to plug or anything that you got coming down the pipeline. So go ahead and let them know what you got going on, bro.
Yes, sir. You can follow me on Facebook, Aaron Grider. You can follow me on Twitter. I refuse to call it X. Twitter and Instagram at Grider Groove. And I will be in Columbus, Ohio this coming Saturday for Unsanctioned Pro. Always a good time, always fun. I will also be in Columbus, Indiana on March 9th with my man Howse for Emerge Wrestling. Always a great time at Emerge.
Yes.
Emerge has quickly become one of my favorite places to work. They even actually listened to me about helping with, match finishes and things, which is great.
Yes.
And then something else that I got booked over this past weekend that I'm very excited about, a little bit of a sidebar. It's not happening until August, but I have a friend of mine who is a wrestler. And his work name is Carl Randers, works out in Seattle, Pacific Northwest. He was my college roommate. Oh, wow. I've known him for 23 years, and we have never worked together in wrestling. And he's one of the ones that got me into wrestling. He's one of the ones that put a boot in my ass and told me, hey man, why aren't you in the business? And you could be a great in the business. You love wrestling, get in it. Put that fire under me, got me in. He is going to be wrestling in his hometown in August, which is Kokomo, Indiana. He's never wrestled in Kokomo. He's from Kokomo, went to high school there, never wrestled in Kokomo. I am also now booked to ref on that show.
Okay.
So I will get to be reffing my best friend's match in his hometown in Kokomo. I'm very excited about that.
That's very cool. That's going down August 3rd, I believe.
August 3rd, yeah. It's called Grand Slam. It's going to be in Kokomo.
Yes,
It's going to be fantastic. They've already announced some people for that. Anthony Totali's going to be there.
Oh, just saw Totali this past weekend. Love him.
I know there's going to be some other names on that as well. I know
Isaiah Moore is another one. Isaiah Moore is going to be there. It's going to be a stacked show. I know they're working on some other people for it as well, some names you might recognize, because Chris Owens has mentioned it to me a couple times. I know he's involved with it. So I think it's going to be a fun show, and it's going to be big time. They want to bring big time wrestling to Kokomo, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Man, that's going to be great. That's going to be a great time. Just like this was a great time having my man on here. Guys, you already know the vibes. Go ahead and give us a follow. We gave it a test drive on X. We gave it a test drive on IG. This is working out, guys. We really appreciate all the interaction. We went longer than I thought we was going to, but that's because of y'all. You guys interacted and came and gave that love, and I didn't want to stop it. That's just the honest. No,
anytime,
Go ahead.
Always love answering your guys' questions.
Yes.
Interacting with you guys. And you guys also did a great job of being patient with your questions. And that we, knowing that we would get to it eventually.
Yes. Yes.
Because I know the OVW one, we took a little bit to get to it, but we got to it.
Yep.
So thank you all very much. And support the podcast, support my man Howse. Support independent wrestling.
Yes.
No matter who it is, where it is, support it, appreciate it, and we love all of the love that you guys give us.
Absolutely, guy. Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. My man, one last thank you to independent wrestling referee Aaron Grider coming on and giving that knowledge. Guys, you guys already know the vibes. Give us a follow. You know what I'm going to be. I'm going to be right here doing my thing. You know, I've got Emerge coming up. As my man said, Emerge is coming up. But just to reiterate and just to let you guys know that pretty soon Household Studios is going to be moving. So when that happens, we're going to be slowing down for just a few weeks for the move, to get everything situated and move to where we're going. But it's going to be great after that. We're going to be taking things to a whole nother level, taking things to hyperdrive when I have that time. And it's going to be great, guys. So just hang tight with me, hold your horses, and we're going to get to it. But until then, you guys already know where you can follow me at. That's at The Hollywood House on IG, right here on IG Live. The Hollywood House. Then you can follow me on X. That is at Hollywood House. And then on Facebook, Hollywood House. And follow this great podcast. That's at In Your House across all those social media platforms. And of course, remember, it's HOWSE, and the W stands for work. So guys, I really appreciate you guys coming through. One last great thank you to our guest Aaron Grider. And guys, always remember to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone. Because the household, we still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.